What's up, everybody? It's another awesome and beautiful day to be in the Villages, Florida. Today is Sunday, November the 17th, 2024, the second weekend of November, which means what, Tiffany?
We're close to Thanksgiving, less than 2 weeks away to Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays. And what, 5 weeks? 5 weekends?
Yeah, 5 weekends until Christmas.
Till Christmas, that is crazy.
Yeah, this year has really flown by, but we love the holidays because of just the holiday festivities and everything, but we also love it because it's a time for us to get our whole family together. Our son is coming to visit us for the holidays, so can't wait to see him, hopefully by the end of next week, right?
Hopefully.
Yep.
And then my parents will be coming through as well, so that'll be fun.
Yep. So we're starting today's adventure. We're in the parking lot of the Franklin Recreation Center. This is the closest rec center to our home, which has the pickleball courts. There's a few people out there playing that. We have the pitch and putt over there. People are having a great time. Snowbirds are definitely flocking back to Florida, right?
It is busy. The pool is full because it is an absolutely gorgeous day. So Franklin Rec, we're here to kind of celebrate. Last week we had our first meetup, in-person meetup.
Yep.
We had it here at Franklin in the game room.
One, two, three. Awesome. Woohoo! Thank you, everybody. All right, so we're gonna give away the gift card for $25, and the number is
Amazingly, 25.
Woo! There you go. Congratulations. That's all. Ed, there we go. They normally say don't spend that all in one place, but you only have one place to spend it, so good luck with that.
If you haven't been to the game room, it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
So if you like Miss Pac-Man, they do have a couple of Miss Pac-Man machines there. But it was great to meet some of you that we've only met online. And then it was also great to see some of you from our 5K walk that we didn't really get a chance to talk to at the 5K. So it was a really fun time, and we're looking forward to doing another meetup.
So if you were at the meetup, drop us a comment below. Say hello to us and the rest of our awesome community here on YouTube. There were so many people that were here for their lifestyle visit, and then a couple of folks just recently closed, with one person that literally closed on their home like 2 days before our meetup.
That's right. Yep.
And they're over there in Shady Brook. So speaking of Shady Brook and the new development, one of the things that Tiffany and I want to do when we have a nice, beautiful Sunday afternoon, and if we have time, if we're in town, is to kind of drive around and show you what's new in the Villages, especially down here in the new southern region, because it literally changes from week to week.
I'd say day to day.
Yeah.
Changes day to day.
And it's been a couple of weeks since we've done one of these, because we have been busy the last couple of weekends. So we're going to try to make this kind of a semi-regular part of our channel going forward, right?
Sunday fun day with Michael and Tiffany.
So we'll show you what's new, what's the new development, whether it be brand new home sites or brand new homes, or what's brand new over at Eastport. There's a lot of construction updates over there. We'll also share what's some of the new stuff that's going on with us.
Yep.
And then we'll share some of the new stuff that's going on with you. So if you haven't done so by now, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, smash that thumbs up, and then send us an email if you are brand new to the Villages. If you just did your lifestyle visit, or if you just bought a house and you had your big celebration day, we'd love to celebrate you here on our channel and share what's new with you. So we are sitting here in the parking lot. It is still a little hot, even though it is the middle of November. We're about a week away from that really awesome fall Florida weather. So why don't we start the golf cart, and we'll make our way down Megason, and then when we get on the other side of the bridge, we'll show you some of those new construction updates over there near Eastport. Clear?
Clear?
So if you're brand new to our channel or brand new to the Villages, Florida, we're getting ready to go over, or we actually did just go over the Florida Turnpike. This is the Bexley Bridge crossing, and directly in front of us, as far as the eye can see, this is where the Villages is currently building and expanding, and then they're going to be going left and south for the next 20 or 30 years. So yeah, literally every time we come over here, there's something new to see, right?
Yes.
So I got to pay attention because the snowbirds are flocking back to Florida. It's a lot busier today. There's more people out riding their bikes, a lot more golf carts out here, and we do even have our own golf cart roundabouts that we got to focus on. Hey, those folks were from Canada. See, I told you the snowbirds are really flocking down here. We'll take the second exit here. We'll go through this tunnel. This is the Bexley Trail tunnel here, and then we'll come out on the other side. And then when we watch out for that golf cart coming at us there, when we get a little bit closer to Eastport, we'll show you some of the new construction updates.
So they're called snowbirds because they come down part of the year in the winter, like the birds do. What do they call us that live here all year?
What do they call us?
Do we have a name?
I think there is a name for us. I think they call us crazy during the summer months when it's so hot and humid,
well,
right?
That's probably true.
All right, clear my way. Hey, McNeil Drive is open that direction now, so that's new. We're not going that direction. That's been closed off, but it's actually open, so we'll take a golf cart ride that direction in a future video. So directly in front of us is the brand new softball fields. They're not open yet, but they got the sprinklers running, and off in the background back there is the future Eastport. I see a lot of new roof lines.
Yep.
So we'll definitely make sure we stop and point out some of that after we get through going to this brand new neighborhood, right?
Yes, tall roof lines.
So Eastport is off to our right, and again, after we tour this neighborhood, we'll come back and point the camera and the golf cart directly at it to give you a better view. But as we get ready to make the turn here, we will be entering into the brand new village of Water's Edge. And some of you may remember about a month or so ago, right?
Right.
We put our name in the lottery for a couple of lots. We did not win the lottery, which means that we did not get to purchase the lots. Clear?
Clear.
Stay tuned. We'll tell you a little bit more about the lottery process here in just a second. Let's merge over here and get into our own multimodal cart lane.
We took a little break over here at the brand new Water's Edge Recreation and Postal Center. So this will have an adult pool.
Yep.
And then also the postal facilities for the people who live in Water's Edge. And it looks like there is cornhole. I don't see a pickleball court here though.
Yeah, they don't usually have pickleball courts here at the smaller ones. Those are at the bigger ones where the family pools. So yeah, here at the Villages, we actually have 4 different types of pools. So let's real quickly, you have the adult pools where you must be at least 30 years or older, right? And those are usually located here at the postal facility. And so they just have the outdoor amenities, like cornhole and shuffleboard and stuff like that. Then we have the family pools where you can bring the kids and the grandkids when they come down to visit. And so they have a much bigger facility. They have a bigger parking lot, they have pickleball courts over there, and then they have all the indoor facilities. And the Saluki Recreation Center is the biggest one that's close here to Water's Edge. And if you haven't seen that video, we did do a video for the grand opening, so go check that out because they're the only recreation center here in the Villages that has 2 things. And what are those?
I'm not sure about 2, but one of them is a pinball machine.
Yep.
What's the second?
The other one is a foosball table.
Oh, okay.
So they have the pool tables and they have darts and stuff like that as well. But yeah, it's the only recreation center as of today that has both the pinball machine and the foosball. Speaking of swimming pools, it would be really nice to jump in one right about now because the sun is out and I'm the one that's sitting in the full-blown sun. So let's put this in reverse and we'll drive down the road here and show you some of these brand new lots that just went for sale on Friday. And then Tiffany will tell you a little bit more about those other 2 types of pools that we have here at the Villages.
That's right. So he mentioned the family pool and the adult pool. We also have sports pools at the larger regional rec centers where they do a lot of the organized activities like water aerobics and water volleyball. And then we also have the priority pools, which cost a little more.
Yep.
But they're at some of the country clubs and they serve food and drink out by the pool. So that's nice.
Very, very prime location over here off to our left.
And I just noticed they have sidewalks, so you can walk from your home on a sidewalk
down
to
Bar
the pool.
Boulevard. All
Yeah.
right, so we're going to take a left here onto Castle Trail. And this body of water right here in front of us, on the other side over there, off in the distance, that's where we put our name in the lottery. We tried to win the opportunity to buy. Doesn't mean you win the lot, but you win the opportunity to buy one of those lots. So we'll tell you a little bit more about the lottery process here in just a couple of seconds. So this area, everything you see in front of us, all these lots went for sale on Friday, right?
They did.
All the interior lots
And the exterior, which is unusual.
So let's take a left right here onto Sean Scott Run, and everything off to our left over here, all those lots went for sale on Friday, and as of today, Sunday, they're already all sold.
Yes, so these officially have a water view,
Yep.
but you also do look at Bar Boulevard. But you also see some beautiful trees.
Yeah, so when these went live on Friday morning, only a handful immediately went off the market. There were still several of these available late Friday, and then there were still some available on Saturday. But as of today, Sunday, all these perimeter home sites are going to show you, every single one of them are no longer available on the Village's website. And I think this lot right here was one of the very first ones to go because it's a much wider lot. You do have water views, you have those awesome mature oak trees, and then you do have the Water's Edge pool and recreation facility off in the distance back there.
Yep, so the ones that went first, as you can probably guess, they're not just white, they're kind of like that pie
yes.
wedge
Yep.
with the larger part in the back. So more view and more area and more room for a pool and a bird cage. So like the 4 ones of those went
Right.
very quickly.
So there's some more interior lots that are still available right now. We'll point those out here in just a second. But look at this directly in front of us. That's new since we were here last time. And that's something new that you just found out about,
I
right?
did. So these are walls in a designer home neighborhood.
Interesting.
So never seen that before unless it's walls because they're backing up to courtyard villas or backing up to another area where they had a wall already. This is the first time that we know of that there are brand new walls being built in the designer neighborhood. So from what we understand, we don't have any inside information or anything.
Yeah, take everything we say with a grain of salt. We just live here, we get out and document, and we share with you, through the video what we see, and then what little tidbits that we pick up along the way.
We are just residents,
Yep.
and we talk to a lot of people just like y'all talk to a lot of
Yep.
people. These interior lots are getting harder to sell
Right.
when you have those kissing lanais when they're so close.
Yeah, that's a big no-no for us. As we've been looking at resales and brand new and a lot of the lots that we ruled out, we just do not want those kissing lanais where you can literally reach across the way and shake your neighbor's hand or borrow a cup of sugar. So we've kind of pretty much taken those off of the, just out of the running for us. And that's why we love our patio villa. The patio villa that we love, that we live in, we love it because we do have a wall. We back up to a designer neighborhood, and we have awesome neighbors on the other side of us that we would have never met had it not been for the hurricane that knocked down our fence. So go check out those videos if you want to see that. I'm digressing there. But yeah, that's what we've heard is because it is getting a little bit harder to sell. But we've heard from some of you that say, you know what, you don't mind the kissing lanais. It all depends on where you come from. Yep. Some people want to live on, 10, 20 plus acres. And then some folks come from the big cities where you have no privacy anyway. And having kissing lanais is not such a big
They love
deal,
to talk to their neighbor. They want to have coffee with their neighbor across the lanai.
But you can tell this is a designer neighborhood because you do have the drains and you do have the concrete curbs on the edging there. So in a patio villa neighborhood and stuff like that, the drains are in the middle of the road. So yeah, we'll drive around and show you some more of these lots here. Every single one of these lots on the perimeter here, no longer available. You do have a body of water, and then off in the distance, it looks like they're building some verandas and courtyard villas on the other side, which those are not available for sale yet because the Villages, what they do on patio villa homes, courtyard villas, and verandas, they come in and build out the entire neighborhood, and then they start releasing those homes for sale slowly but surely, right?
Yep.
So you can't pre-buy a lot and kind of semi-customize a patio villa, a courtyard villa, or a veranda home. You can semi-customize a cottage, a designer home, and then of course premier homes, right?
Homes.
Yeah, so there you go. So when that neighborhood is done and complete, which looks like they're making a lot of progress, that'll probably come to the market here in the next couple of weeks. We'll definitely be going over there to check out some of those homes because we are interested in maybe a courtyard villa or veranda if we find the right one on the right lot.
Yep. And these walls do not go around the whole house. You
Yep.
won't have enclosed like for your pets. These are strictly barriers just so you cannot see your neighbors. So they're not meant to enclose your lot. Now, this corner lot is still available.
This one is right here?
It is, but
Okay.
it's because the 2 other lots cut it off from having a view.
Okay, I'll spin the golf cart around
Okay.
here so they can see this lot right here in the corner. No one's coming. So we're at the intersection of Longenecker Loop and Sean Scott Run. Some of these names that the villages come up with, I definitely do not understand. Some of them are a lot more easier and a lot more, I don't know. They sound a little bit better than others. So this one right here is still available, right?
It is. You can see the lot on this side goes all the way to
Okay.
the water. The lot on that side goes all the way to the water, and it cuts them off. They don't have any. Their little point is before you get to the water.
Okay, and 2 other things I noticed that kind of take it off of out of the running for us is they have the power lines. You see the power lines are running all the way down that perimeter there. At least they are far off in the distance. But then what else can you see off far in the distance?
The
over there?
turnpike.
You can see the Florida Turnpike.
Now there'll be houses there. You won't be
Yeah.
able to see the turnpike in probably a couple months. It
Yeah.
looks like they're already building
From this side, over there,
From this side.
yeah, those folks over there will be able to see the turnpike. But the good news, if we sit here and be quiet for just a second, I can't hear any noise from the
It's not
turnpike
that
over
loud.
here. So that's why we took out that other neighborhood. What was it called? Sophie's Point, which we loved it. We loved the
We
location.
loved it.
But some of those homes over there, you could definitely hear the turnpike. So that's why we ruled that neighborhood out. So, all right, let's drive around and show them a little bit more. Which way you
Something
gonna go?
else to mention, the few that we just passed, this corner, and let's go this way to the
Okay.
end. It dead ends up here. But all of these that back up to this, they call this a nature area rather than water view. There's a lot
okay.
of lilies and things like that. It's very low. These all may require flood insurance.
Oh,
so
that's right.
those were out of the running for us as well.
Yeah, Villages comes in and buys this land up, and then they take months, if not years, to come in and build these up, and they have the old flood zones on there. So again, we have no insider information, but just ask your Villages sales agent. So if you want to buy a brand new home in the Villages, you have to have a Villages sales agent. If you want to buy a resale home, you either have to have a Villages sales agent for the ones that are selling the ones back on the market, or you have to have an external regular
MLS
realtor. So one of the first questions I would always ask them is, does it require flood insurance? Don't take our advice or opinion on that. Ask your sales agent, and then again, you can go to the FEMA's website and they'll show you. But what happens is they build this land up, and then of course they got to come in and then rezone it or reclassify it. So we're just not interested in that because we've heard for some folks it may only take a couple of months, and we've heard from other folks it may take a couple of years to ever get that rezoned and reclassified, and we just do not want that extra expense, right?
And you only need the flood insurance if you're financing.
Right.
You won't need it if you're paying cash, but then you also won't have it if something does happen to flood.
Yep.
And if your sales agent shows you the plat, which they should, or
Right.
just ask to see the plats, it says MRFI in red letters,
okay,
may
okay.
require flood insurance.
Doesn't mean it does, but it
Doesn't
might.
mean it does.
Yep.
It says it may.
But the other good thing about the Villages as well is why we chose the Villages. One of the reasons why we chose them over other active adult communities is because they do come in and they build all the infrastructure first, then they build the recreation facilities, then they build the homes. A lot of other active adult communities, they will go in and build the homes first and then worry about all the other stuff later on. So one of the things the Villages has definitely going for them, especially down here in the southern region, is all the infrastructure they have as far as flood mitigation. So we just had that hurricane that came through, dumped tons of water. We had no issues with flooding on our side. There might have been a few roads over here I think that were flooded, but I don't think any single home over here in this section had any flooding problems whatsoever.
Right. I think the problems came from falling trees or things like that. So
something for you to consider.
In this area.
So just keep that in mind. And then the other thing is that does back up the Bexley Trail. So that bridge that we ran over or drove across, we didn't run over it. We drove over.
We don't run anywhere.
Yeah. So this is Bexley Trail. And so right now that is not very active. There's really no cars going down it. But that's going to be a very, very busy road in the future as the Villages keeps building new homes and new recreation facilities down here in this part of the southern region, right?
That's right. And the other part about these that got us interested is the prices were a little more decent.
Yep.
There were a few that dropped. We call them dropped, but a few that went on the market a week ago
Yep.
with water views, like upwards of $200,000 for the lot.
Yeah, that's just out of our budget. That's out of our price range. If you can afford it, more power to you. That's awesome.
That's right. Awesome.
Yep.
Love to see your house when you get it built. And so these were a little more affordable, especially for the size of the lot and the location of the lot. So these are less than half a mile to Eastport.
Yep.
And then we saw the sidewalks, which I'd not noticed those before. I don't know why.
Well, there's no sidewalks actually here in the neighborhood. It's just that's a main road. That's the reason why. And up there at the main intersection, not at the end of the video, but getting towards the end of this video, we'll pause and park directly across from Eastport, and you'll see they have crosswalks for you to go across Central Parkway.
Yep. All right, if you'll pull up here, I want to tell people a little bit about the lottery process if you're interested in lots. We've had some of you reach out and ask, so we want to just kind of quickly explain what it's like. So go past these. I didn't want to face the turnpike, so I think I wanted to be on the other side of the walls, and these lots are still available. I don't know if the corners are available, but the interior are still available.
And the best way to find out is just check out the Village's website and go search homes, and you can search new homes, you can search resales, or you can search just lots. So that's where you can get the most accurate and up-to-date information.
Yeah.
So I'll take a wide turn here so I can kind of point back in the direction of the home sites that you were interested in. Okay. And another reason why we like these was because they were facing the correct way.
Yes.
On the other side, you have a western-facing lanai, so this is more of an eastern-facing lanai. So yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
So you would come out with your sales agent, or they might go take a video for you and photos if you're interested in the lots. And let's say we were going to choose these three. So the one to the right of the green pole, to the left of the green pole, and then the next green pole over there.
All right.
Because they back up to the wall.
Yep.
And I liked there wasn't a road dumping out right in front of your home.
Great point.
One of these had an easement between it, so there's
going to be
there, right?
Okay. Yep.
So there's going to be a little bit more space between you and the house next to you. So you would come out and walk the lots and find the ones that you like. You're allowed to pick 3. You don't have to pick 3, but you're allowed to pick up to 3 choices
per day.
Per day.
Yeah.
And so what your sales agent would then go back and take your 3 choices, and they go in that morning before 8 a.m., way before 8 a.m.
Yeah, they have to all go in the office. They can't do this remotely, so they literally have to all go into an office and enter all that information before 8 a.m., right?
Yep. And so they would go in and put your first 3 choices into the computer, and then at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., they all push the button, and the computer randomly spits out who gets their choice of each lot. So it may be your first choice, it may be your second choice, it may be your third choice, and it may be none of your choices. So that's what happened to us. We only put 2 in.
Yeah.
And we didn't get any of our choices. So, but you're allowed to put up to 3, but you don't have to. So if you put these 3 in there and you got one of them, then your sales agent would call you. Everybody's like clapping and excited for the sales agents whose clients get it.
At least that's what we've heard. We've never actually been there on site to experience it. Yeah.
But they'll call you and let you know, and then that whole process starts where you have to put the money down to hold the lot. And if you don't, then it'll go to whoever's next on the list.
So we've heard from some of you that lucked up and got your very first home site selection on your very first lottery. So congratulations to you. And then we've heard from other folks, actually several folks, that have said they've tried 10, 15, 20 times and still did not get their first selection. So we've tried it a couple of times, been unsuccessful so far, but we're not giving up because the Villages just keeps building and keeps expanding. And don't worry, we're going to find the right home site if we still choose to build brand new. We are thinking about maybe buying resale as well, so stay tuned for what we do in the future.
Yep, so we're going to take a loop on this inside rectangles, I think I'll call it. The lots next to the walls are going for $9,000 right now because they have a wall. And then these interior lots over here to our left, they are going for 0. So these are all 0. So if you want to be this close to Eastport, this close to the rec center where you can walk to the pool, these lots are 0. Now they do not have walls, that's why they're 0. There's a couple of the corners still left, which do go for a little more, but they all seemed reasonably priced. So lots of options. I think almost all of these are available.
So speaking of Eastport, let's head back down Bar Boulevard and give you a better view of the future Eastport and all the updates that have taken place over the last couple of weeks. And speaking of updates, before we head down Bar Boulevard, I'll point the golf cart in this direction. So off in the distance over there, it looks like they're building a brand new patio villa neighborhood, which they haven't had one of those for sale in a while. They got some brand new ones over there in Wellpoint, but those are lifestyle visit homes, right?
They have some in Shady Brook.
Ah, okay. So is that Shady Brook or is this Water's Edge?
That's a great question. There is a I'm going to say that's Water's Edge.
Okay. If you know, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. There's a very fine line. We looked on one side of a water, and it was Shady Brook, and the other side of the water was Water's Edge. So they're right next to each other.
So we did not put our name in the lottery for any of these lots. We were very, very tempted, and some of these Waterview lots went from $69,000 up to $89,000. Some of them were well over $100,000. And we ruled it out for a couple of reasons, but one of the reasons why is directly across Boulevard, off of the distance over there, on the other side of those walls, you can see that whole row of big, ginormous oak trees. We're really, really interested in that area whenever they get ready to put that on the market. So none of those home sites are available as of right now. So
don't tell everybody, because then they'll want them.
But you're gonna have some great views right here. So congratulations to everybody that did win the lottery and got your first, second, or third choice. Again, reach out to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you, and then maybe come do a tour of your house after it actually gets built.
That's right.
So you can still see a little bit of the debris here from Hurricane Helene. So the villages have done a great job of cleaning most of it up and putting it in big piles for folks to come take away. There's only a couple of areas that still have those down trees like that. So before we get to Eastport, let's take a right here onto Holcomb Loop. And like I was talking about earlier, these will be future courtyard villas or veranda homes. So none of them are for sale, but wow, they've made a lot of progress since we were here the last couple of weeks ago. They have walls up and they actually have houses up now too.
That's right. So if you're looking for a home that'll be ready in 30 days, like with the same view,
just on the other side of the water.
Just on the other side of the water, like you can wait and see when these are going to be available. Because right now, what we've heard is at least for Water's Edge, that area and the one that was released last week, the build time is 6 months now. Yeah,
it used to be from the time that you put your money down, you would go to the design center within 30 days, and that's been backed up to 45 days for that neighborhood, right?
Yep.
And then, like you said, the build time's up to 6 months. So that's another reason why we didn't put our name in the hat, because we are interested in possibly buying a veranda or courtyard villa home. And check this one out right here.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that view that you got. You got that big, ginormous oak tree, and they got a pool. They're already building a pool on that one as well. So it depends on the price range of this home, whether we'll put our name in the lottery for that house or not in the future. But this is going to be an exciting neighborhood, and you will literally be able to walk to Eastport if you want to do that.
And these are verandas.
Oh yeah, because they got the drains right there in the middle of the road. That's how you know that.
And they're not the courtyard villa type, where the garage is up front and the whole house is behind it. The front door's in the front.
So this is another reason why we like to get out on Sunday afternoons and drive around. It's usually the only day that you don't have all the construction trucks out here, and so you don't have to worry about getting ran over while you're riding around and checking out what's new here in the villages.
If you want a house that's already built, like your sales agent calls and tells you that these are available, and sometimes it'll just be a few. Like only one row will be available or half a row will be available. Recently we've had where only 2 houses were available on a certain drop date. So the process is the same. You can put in your first, second, and third choice. Sometimes there's not even competition for these. And sometimes there's a lot, like in Richmond, the new Richmond homes, there was a lot of competition. Yeah,
all those homes in Richmond, the new section, which we did go look at, and we thought about those as well. Those all went in the very first day. All the ones in Sophie's Point that did back up to the golf course or the Nature View, those all went immediately in the first day. And I have a really good gut feeling that every single one of these that back up to the water or back up to the nature area, again, you'll just be luck of the draw. So that's why you need to work really, really closely with your village's sales sales agent to make sure they know what you're looking for. They can kind of keep you informed when things get ready to go in the market, because they really don't find out until the day before.
Right.
Yeah.
Or sometimes on a Friday and they're opening on Monday.
That's correct.
Type thing. So make sure they know exactly what you're looking for, like Michael said, so they know to contact you. And the process is the same. If you get the home, then you'll put your down payment. It's a little bit different than building your own home, but they usually want you to close within 30 days. So be ready.
So I can see Eastport off in the distance over there. So I'm going to hang a right. Yeah, there's a road down there. Let's hang a right. And we'll go down this way. We'll hang a left so you can see what this neighborhood, you can kind of see the view. I can see it off to my left. You can't see it until I make a left down on Holcomb Loop here. And then there you go.
Wow.
Back in the distance, there is Eastport. So you'll be able to see Eastport from your backyard or from your front yard. And so I'm guessing that right there, that's going to be a Courtyard Villa.
Courtyard Villas.
Yeah,
I bet you are correct.
Let's take a quick drive through and see. So we might be interested in these homes right here as well.
Now you do have Bexley Trail on this side.
Yep.
And I think you have Central.
Yeah, you got Central Parkway on the other.
On that side.
And Central Parkway is named appropriately because that evidently is going to be the dividing line. You know, when they finally get the villages completely built out, they'll have about 150,000 people that live north of Central Parkway and 150,000 plus people that live south of Central Parkway. So it'll be a very, very busy road in the future.
I like these. I see a couple new lighting packages.
Yep.
When you drive through all the time, you start noticing things.
Yep.
Somebody back there had like a copper lighting package that was really pretty. It was very different. And again, these are already built, so you don't have a choice on what lighting you get, what flooring you get, what countertops you get.
The exterior color of the house, or anything like that. The village is
ready for you to move
exactly, Yep. All you got to do is turn on the utilities in your name and bring your furniture and buy a golf cart and you're good to go.
Yes, that corner, there are some people working today.
Wow.
Eastport is literally over the wall.
Yep, I'll aim the golf cart in that direction just so you can see it and you can hear them inside. They're working. So these two homes will probably be two of the very first homes that will go for sale. So you'll have the bragging rights to say that you're really, really close to Eastport, but you will hear the traffic noise at night and during the day.
Well, this is fun. Wow. I don't know when they're going to sell them. They may be ready before they actually put them up for sale. This is going to be exciting.
Yep.
I like all the colors too. They've done a really good job. So if you're looking for convenience, you have a lot of options right now and in the near future. See, look at the copper. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, wow. Sorry, I missed that. It actually has a pool as well.
Yep.
All right, let's make our way back out of here.